Today, I want to talk about what makes a brand like Lululemon so successful and how can you, as a D2C brand, learn from some of the things that they do exceptionally well. But first, before I get started, if you like this video or you find any of this information valuable, please feel free, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and share this with anybody that you think can get value from this. And if you are struggling with your email or digital marketing, we have a free quiz you can take below that will give you an analysis based on how you answer the questions. So feel free to take a few minutes to fill that out as well. All right, so let's jump into it. Lululemon. They started in 1998 and they were catered to the women market, and they've had incredible success over the past 20 plus years. But there's a rhyme to the reason. In fact, last from Q2 of 2021 to Q2 of 2022, they had a 29% increase in revenue. That is a staggering number, considering a lot of brands in 2022 buckled at the knees a little bit because of the changes and the uncertainty in the economy. So, what did they do that separated them from a lot of other brands? And what can you learn from Lululemon that you can apply to your own business, especially if you're a D2C or retail business owner? So there are a lot of things that you could do, but for this video, I'm only going to focus on three things that you could be doing and applying to your business that's going to take it to the next level that Lululemon is so good at doing. So the first one is they control the end-to-end customer experience. Now, this can spell disaster for a lot of D2C brands or retail brands that have done this or tried to do this in the past, because it's not an end all be all. And if you don't know how to effectively approach managing the entire end-to-end experience, it could be a financial disaster and it could be the end of your business. But for the companies that take the time to understand how to approach this strategy have a lot of success. And part of the reason why is because, again, you get to control the experience. And if you're obsessed with creating the best possible customer experience, you can control that at each level. So what are some of the components of that end-to-end experience that Lululemon has mastered? So one is the customer service experience. What does it look like when you're interacting with their brand if something goes great or if you have issues? They have mastered that process. The shipping, delivery, and the shopping experience, they've mastered that as well. And to add to that, they have a high quality product. They have been obsessed with the details of what it takes to make a high quality product. I'll get into more about how they've been able to produce such a high quality product that people love. But number one is controlling the end-to-end experience. And you don't have to do this all at once. If you're a new brand or if you're a brand that's scaling and growing this year or growing in general, you can break this down into chunks. There's nothing wrong with having partners to help you solve problems or deliver the customer experience. But what you should think about is how can you break it down into chunks and control part of the experience at a particular time. Work with a partner that's educated that can help you understand that part of the journey, and then eventually take it over. It's not something you need to do immediately. Or you can find incredible partners that allow you to that support you in mastering an incredible experience for the customer. So there's a lot of ways to approach this, but controlling the end-to-end experience is definitely one of the things that big brands, very successful brands like Lululemon, have dialed in on, and it has paid dividends. So number two is innovation. You think about how Lululemon started. They catered to women. They broke into the women in fitness, the yoga market. They made it really cool to wear yoga clothes wherever. But they embraced that culture, that tribe, if you want to call it. And then they found ambassadors. They leveraged these ambassadors to spread the word. People that already loved yoga and were excited to have something, a tool or an item that would make their yoga experience better, having the right type of pants, right? So innovation. They were able to start with women. They were able to embrace that. As if you don't know, most high growth, high performance brands, especially in the apparel and fashion industry, start with women. A lot of brands start with women, and partially because they're one of the bigger decision makers within households. So if you're able to win over that side of the market, the men may be a little easier to conquer. So they started with women, they expanded beyond that. They are now expanding into men and different types of athletic wear. So they have a strong base. My point here is they've constantly innovated throughout the journey of their business, and that's one of the ways to stay competitive and also be ahead of your competition. Because if you start, and I've seen this happen time and time again, there's brands that do something very well, and that's what they stick to, and they're never really innovating within that space. And eventually, companies figure them out, and they start to do what they do at a cheaper price. And we all know that's a race to the bottom. So innovation is one of the critical components that gives Lululemon an edge, and it helps them take things to the next level. Number three is customer obsession, being obsessed with the customer experience. They invest a lot of money into studying their customers. In fact, they have forums that are designed just to grab and collect information and interact with the customers, get their feedback, get their insight on how they feel about things. If you're not obsessed with how your customers view your product or how they experience your product, that's one of the easiest ways to fail over time, because customers' perceptions change, what they're interested in change, it evolves, and the best way to stay in tune with that is constantly having conversations with your customers. You'd be surprised at how many companies don't do this. They don't spend time focused on learning what their customers like and what they don't. They don't invest into forums or events or whatever the case may be to educate themselves on the ever-changing customer perception, their experience. So I would say these three things are just a few of the many things that Lululemon does very well, and it has separated them from their competition. And if you apply these things to your business with a lot of intensity, attention to detail, you're going to see success within your brand as well. So again, that's all I have for today. If you felt like this video added value to your business, please, again, feel free, hit the like and subscribe button. And also, like I said earlier in the video, if you are struggling with your email marketing or your digital marketing in general, we have a quiz below. Feel free to fill out the quiz, and based on the answers that you provide, the quiz will give you some recommendations. So I'll talk to you guys on the next video.